I wanted to say this so you guys go back home and at night, instead of sleeping as you usually do probably, think about this. Think about what have you done to help us reach a greater day or better.
Okay. Gentleman near the top.
Hello. I'm Lebanese and I seriously regret the question I'm going to ask you. To what extent do you consider yourself brothers if you've spent the last years fighting each other for power, and you're both loyal to more loyal to external powers than to your own country and your own population?
Nabil Shaath, would you like to take that?
I agree with you. I've started this from the very beginning. The question is not who of us can win and who can lose. The question is whether we both together can form a unity so that we can win against the enemy. So long that there are people here who still think which is better, Hamas or Fatah, we have no way we can advance. The only way we can advance if tomorrow we sign an agreement and the day after tomorrow we start implementing it.
Okay, Mohammad Nazzal, you want to come in?
I have one comment. The new generation in this hall are calling Palestinian leaders to reconciliation and Palestinian unity. And I agree with them. But I want from them also to make pressure on Arab regime, because Arab regime are responsible for the situation of Palestinians. I gave you example.
When are you going to take some responsibility? You blame everybody else.
No.
When are you going to take some responsibility?
No. You know why Qatar can make an agreement among Lebanese groups? Why Qatar, and it is a small country, why Qatar can make an agreement among Sudanese people? This is the question. So I want from you to make pressure on Arab regime.
How would you answer that? Let me go back to the questioner here.
Well, I think you both agree on the fact that you need to advance and to set up a common strategy that would fight Israel. But are you willing to step aside if your strategy, if your intention to have a common strategy failed during the last years? Are you ready to step aside and to let other people try?
Of course.
Are you ready? Is Hamas ready to step aside?
You think this is a pleasure?
You know, under the convention agreement, we have right to resist occupation, Zionist occupation. Nobody can stop the resistance against Zionist occupation.
Mohammad Nazzal, that wasn't the question. Will you step aside if you fail? Will you step aside and allow somebody else to take over?
No. We can try.
I think you had your answer. I think you had your answer. Osama Hamdan.
Well, I have to say two words. First of all, it's clear from what we are saying now that the only meaning option against the occupation is the resistance. And this is a good step to reunite the Palestinians on a clear project. Resist the occupation, liberate your lands and people. This is the first point.
Resist by what means?
By all the meanings, mainly by the militant resistance. This is the only way to show the occupation. It costs him a lot. It happened in South Lebanon, and it happened in Gaza, and it will happen in every part of Palestine.
So you're calling for a full-scale return to violence. Is that what you're calling for?
It's not a violence. You have to understand it's not a violence. It's a resistance.
Killing is not violence?
It happened in France during the Second World War against the Nazis.
That was violence too. That was violence too.
It's a legitimate violence. It's not only a violence. It's a legitimate violence because it's against the occupation. Every nation who suffered from the occupation resisted that by militant way. If you did not do that, you will lose your cause.
Okay, I think your position is clear. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the point where I'm going to ask you to pick up your voting machines and vote on the question, do you have confidence in the current Palestinian leaders? If you want to vote yes to that, you simply press button 1. If you want to vote no to that, you simply press button 2. Whichever button you want, would you press it now? You only have to press once and your vote will be communicated directly to the computers. We should have the result for you very shortly. All right, there the result is 11%. 11% have confidence in the Palestinian leaders. 89% do not. A brief comment from our speakers before we depart. A massive vote of no confidence, Nabil Shaath.
No, I think the climate is very clearly what it voted. And I think you have to consider in the Arabic, the Islamic recognition here. كما تكونوا يولى عليكم. You are responsible. We are your people. And if you want better governments, you have to be better yourself in order you will become the governors and you will become better people.
Okay, Abdullah,
so Allah
very briefly. One sentence, please, very briefly. We're running out of time.
Leadership doesn't come by parachute. Leadership is won by hard work in the field for the cause of the people.
Okay, Osama Hamdan, briefly, one sentence, please.
I think it's a tricky question because if you support resistance, you will not vote for the people who are negotiating Israel and vice versa. So you can't put them together and ask the question if you trust them all.
All right, Mohammad Nazzal.
First of all, I respect the result because this is the opinion of the people here. Secondly, I don't know what do you mean by leadership. Do you mean PA, Palestinian? Because now we are, according to our brothers, we are outside of PA.
Palestinian leaders, it meant all of them. Thank you very much. Thank you to all our speakers, in fact. And thank you very much to you, the audience, for your questions. The Doha debates will be back again in a month's time. Till then, from all of us on the team, have a safe journey home. Good night. Thank you for coming. Good night.